Have you been to the Dollar Tree's Crafter Square lately? They have got some new stuff. I think it might have been around for a while, but it is new to me and new to my local stores, and I am really excited. I had heard that Dollar Tree had new crafting books in their book section. So while I was out grocery shopping and running errands today, I decided to go see what there was to see. No books, but I did find some stuff that'll keep me busy while counting down to Christmas. If you saw my zipper bag that I made with the Halloween window clings, and you know that I love vintage, look at the reindeer. And just, I had no intention of making Christmas themed project bags, but as soon as I saw this hanging there in the Christmas section, I'm making Christmas themed project bags. I have Christmas stitching that I'm going to do one of these days, and it's going to need a project bag. And just look at that reindeer. I couldn't not. And then the next thing I found were these bamboo spoons, which are obviously not Crafter Square, they're from the cooking section. I'm curious whether I could use my son's wood burning set to put something cute on these for Christmas. I don't know if it will work or not. I got 3 of them with the assumption that if it doesn't work, I've sacrificed 1 spoon and $1, and I'll use the others for cooking in my kitchen. There's not a downside that I see to this risk. The other thing I found that I am slightly less optimistic about is my local Dollar Tree had plain flour sack towels. I would love to embroider or applique or do something fun and creative and crafty with these, but like I said, I am not hugely optimistic. I'm going to undo this so I can show you a single layer. They are very thin and very loosely woven, and it feels like this has a spectacular lot of sizing in it. So I'm going to wash one in hot water and run it through the dryer and see what it does, but I'm thinking that if I'm going to take the time to embroider something, I want to embroider it on fabric that will hold up for a while because I want to use it. I bought some flour sack towels at Target a few years ago, and they were just way too thin to embroider on. So I don't think these will work for what I'm hoping they will work for. I got a couple with the thought that if you see it once at the Dollar Tree, you'll never see it again. But again, if they're not good enough for embroidering on, I will use them for drying dishes in my kitchen so I'm not out anything. I always need dish towels. Still not Crafter Square yet, if you've noticed. I've been watching a couple of YouTubers who do dollhouse room boxes in these matchboxes. And I've been wanting a matchbox or 6 or 8 to play with. And then I saw them at the Dollar Tree, and it's got to be cheaper to get them this way than buying plain matchboxes without the matches at the craft store. I do need to figure out what to do with the matches themselves. We have a match dispenser on the fireplace. I'm hoping I can just transfer these into there, but I have to make sure they're the right kind of matches. I don't know for sure, and I'm going to confirm before I do anything. I don't think you can just throw away matches. That seems like a bad plan. Crafter Square has Rotary Cutters now. I am not having super high expectations for $1, but I'm hoping that for cutting vinyl or paper or things I don't want to use my good quilting blades on, that maybe this will work. Or if the kids have a project, keep in mind my kids are older and can use something like this safely. And I also picked up another one of their cutting mats for smaller projects if we're working with glue and stuff that I don't want to get on the big mats I have for my quilting. So I'm excited to try these. They have the little glass bottles. I don't do anything with all the ideas I have for dollhouses yet, but look at I've seen what people are doing with these bottles, and I wanted some to play with. And it's one of those, if you wait till you're ready, they won't have them anymore. So I got them in. Bear with me while damage. I thought I had stuff in here sort of somewhat slightly organized, but apparently not. They also have them in a couple of other sizes, and I would love to do a room box that's like a museum setting or something. So I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I will do something. Glass bottles do not expire while they're sitting up there in your craft room. It's that balance between buying what you will use soon and what you will not. And another thing that really surprised me, I had not seen these Crafter Square craft fabrics. It's hard to tell, they're all rolled up, but that's a hedgehog. And it's gray and it's cute. And how much trouble can I get into for $1? So the measurement, it had a measurement on this when I was in the store. 20 by 21, which is, I believe, Quilter's fat quarters are 18 by 22. So the measurements aren't quite right if you were buying them to use for a pattern that required an actual Quilter's fat quarter. But what I could feel in these little rolls here, they did not feel bad at all compared to the fat quarters from Joann's. If you're going to compare them to the fat quarters at the quilt shop, obviously there's going to be a difference. Ooh, it has foxes and mushrooms and all kinds of cute stuff. And again, there is a fair amount of sizing here, but this actually feels better than the fat quarters I've got at Joann's over the past couple of years. So I will wash one of these and make something with it and let you know how it works out. It does not seem bad. I don't see myself suddenly buying all my quilting fabric from the Dollar Tree, but if they have cute things that I can use, I'm all for that. This one, again, they're all rolled up and it's hard to tell, but I think this one has campers on it. Oh, they're little VW buses. That is surprisingly cute for $1. And again, it doesn't feel like bad fabric. There's no selvage here to give us any, oh, there is a selvage, but nothing printed to give me any clue where these came from. And this is like ferns and berries. I'm not sure if that will work with my reindeer. It could. If it doesn't, I know I have a ridiculous amount of Christmas fabric in my stash. And I got some jingle bells with the idea that I have cross-stitch Christmas ornaments I need to finish. It would be fun, maybe, if I could add one to a Christmas project bag, because jingling is festive, and why not? Dollar Tree's yarn, just yarn, which I knitted a pair of slippers with and was very happy with it. They have new colors, and they are pretty. I got 2 colorways. I'm not sure if I'm doing fingerless mittens or another pair of socks like the tin roof socks I did not too long ago with worsted weight yarn from the Hobby Lobby clearance. Somebody in her video called these an adult color palette, which I don't quite get that, because I'm more likely to wear something that I knit with one of these. But if I was doing Christmas ornaments or something else, those primary colors that they had before would have been perfect. So I'm not sure what makes a color adult or childish. I mean, there are those pastels that are babyish, but still, I don't get it. And they have cotton now. I am really excited to try the cotton. They've got it in a bunch of colors. It is thinner and stringier than like Sugar and Cream or the cottons I've got from the craft store. And of course, it's not like the higher end cotton I've got from the yarn shop. It's 104 yards for $1. So again, how much trouble can I get myself into? I'm anxious to play with it. Probably going to do dishcloths or bookmarks or something that's a quick project that I won't be sad if it doesn't turn out the way that I would like it to. I got a spool of lace with the idea of embellishing project bags. and some Christmas lights for a dollhouse project idea, because I have given up on finding a busted set in the attic that I can sacrifice. If I can get 20 lights for $1, I might as well do it that way. I don't think that's horribly wasteful. Dollar Tree also has crochet hooks now. Someone, I think it was, I cannot remember the name of the channel, did a review of these. If I can find it again, I'll put it in the description box below. I don't crochet, but I want to learn to crochet, and I do use crochet hooks for laddering up drop knit stitches and some other things. So one way or the other, I will probably hopefully use them. And the other thing I got, which is totally silly, I have the beads section. And I got beads because I was feeling all super nostalgic for my great grandma and all the things she used to make with beads. And we had I can't remember what the box was. We had a box of some sort that had the rest of her beads. I used them as a kid. My sister used them. I think my daughter used them. I don't know if my sister's daughter did, but it has been almost 40 years, and great grandma's beads are used up or disposed of, or I don't know. I was thinking the other day, I wanted beads like great grandma's. And I was going to look at estate sales for beads like great grandma's, but if you find something like that, it's not, most likely not going to be cheap, because beads and buttons, I don't know why they're either dirt cheap or crazy expensive. So I went to Crafter Square and was looking at the beads and talking myself out of the beads and decided it's $4. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I have some ideas. I have some definite ideas. And Grandma made a little basket with beads and safety pins, and I know these aren't the same kind. They're not the same shape as hers, but they have the sparkle that hers did. I think there's going to be a lot of staying home in the near future, and if I can have ways to entertain myself, or hope that there are ways to entertain myself, that will be good for my mental health. And then there are these, which I don't know, I might do something cross-stitchy and embellish it, or dollhousey, or I don't know what. They're pretty. Sometimes it's enough that it's pretty. So that's the damage I did. I really am surprised by the things that are turning up in Crafter Square, and they keep adding more. We didn't have Dollar Tree when my kids were little enough to fully appreciate this stuff. I think we were barely starting to get the Dollar Tree, but they didn't have all these fabulous paints and paintbrushes and kits for the kids and all the awesome stuff that they have now. And awesome stuff for us big kids too to play with. And a lot of it, I mean, I am not worried about the quality of my plastic beads. I've knitted with the yarn, and the quality, it's a worsted weight craft store acrylic. That's what it is. It's not going to compete with the expensive stuff from the yarn shop, but nobody's going to expect it to. I really had fun. I have plans for a lot of this, probably some tutorials coming up when I work on it, and I will do probably a review of those flour sack towels and the yarn at the very least, and the rotary cutter, just to let you know if they do work for me and if they're worth your dollar. But don't wait on me, because some of the stuff you see at once and then never ever again, and $1 isn't that big a gamble. Not if you want to try new things and have fun. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my Romantic Tangle, and I'll be back with you with more videos very soon.